I appreciate it. It's the third day in the draft. Lots of great stuff going on. Tell me about your son's experience getting drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. And do you think that it was the right decision at that time, or was there another team that was reaching out to him?
Oh, well, that part is real tricky because, every team you interview with them, do film session and everything, and everybody say, hey, if you're here, we're going to grab you. If we're here, but in his mind, he wanted to be a Cowboy. So, we were just sitting there waiting. Denver had some real strong interest. Once Denver picked Patrick Surtain Jr. and the Cowboys was on the clock, I was like, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. And then we traded our pick to the Eagles. So, then my heart kind of, deflated, wow, he might be an Eagle. But then when the Eagles picked the wide receiver, I was like, well, it might be possible because I knew the Giants wasn't going to pick him. So then at 12, the phone rang. And Jerry Jones said, we're turning your card in. And it was a fabulous evening after that.
Was that something he always wanted to be? Was a Cowboy from a young age in Pop Warner, or did it just all of a sudden translate after leaving Ohio State to be a Dallas Cowboy?
Well, he's a Cowboy fan all his life. But then as he got older, he became a fan of players like Cam Newton and guys like that. He liked players. So while at Penn State, when he opted out, he was like, I went out to California when he was training. He was like, well, Dad, I'm going to be a Cowboy. I was like, yeah, right. He said, just think about everything. I played for Harrisburg High School, where you graduated from. I said, yeah. He said, I went to Penn State, your favorite college team. I said, yeah. He said, it's only right that I be a Cowboy. I'm telling you, it's in the making. I said, it sounds good, but I don't think it's going to happen. But as the draft got closer and everything, I'm looking like it might be a possibility. And then at the end of the day, he knew it. He felt it. He prophesized it.
Well, when you speak things into existence like most players do, and you hear him talk about it all the time, I'm going to be this or I'm going to be that. Was it about him wanting to be a fantastic person, a good steward towards those that end up being around him, regardless of what team he was drafted by, in order to make the best out of his experience at the NFL team? And, of course, now with the Cowboys, do you think that's been the case with him so far?
Oh, yes. He's in the perfect setting. He wanted to live in Dallas regardless. It didn't matter who drafted him. He was going to buy a house in Dallas, Texas. That's where he really wanted to be. So everything just worked out great, On the field, off the field, everything has fallen into his favor. So I'm just happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, too. He didn't seem to get the touches this past season, but, Dak Prescott's coming back into his own, becoming familiar again with the offense. Looked really good going down the stretch, and they lost a couple games here and there. Did he call you and address you with any concerns that he had, saying, Dad, why am I not getting the touches?
Well, no. He plays, in college, he played linebacker, but going up, he played defensive end. So he likes linebacker, but I like defensive end because that's what I watched him play all his life. So he was cool, He wants to be on the field, so even when he has to come out for a few plays, he's just like, I'm ready to go. But playing at the top level, you need your breaks in between there to continue to compete at a high rate.
Right. A lot of players will end up in high school will actually play different positions and end up finding their way through to where they are. Now, I loved watching him play. He can be all over the field at any given time, depending whether he's in nickel, whether he's in the 3-4, whatever that might be. He seems to be all over the place. Is there any specific position that you may have had a conversation with him about that he wanted to actually stay in, or is he good being all over the field?
He likes being all over the field. He would love to get a goal line carry. I like to see him at safety like a bigger version of Ronnie Lott. Jar you away from the ball. You know what I mean? But, yeah, he doesn't care, though. If they say, hey, play corner today, play safety, as long as he's on the field, he's happy. He just loves the game of football. That's what I think separates him from other players. He just loves the game. As long as he can play and make plays, given the opportunity, he's going to do it.
Well, he's shown it. I mean, he has done absolutely everything he can to make offensive lines, quarterbacks, basically pretty nervous when it comes to him being on the field, regardless of what set he's on. It was a pleasure to watch him. It was certainly interesting to see what the second year is going to bring him. And I think that when you look into the 2022 season, I think he could end up being the defensive player of the year with more sacks like T.J. Watt of the Steelers also have. But I think that he could actually take that over. What are your thoughts?
I mean, he's definitely going to put the work in. I felt like, him testing positive for COVID and having to miss that last game was big because I think that last game, I think he really would have put some numbers up that might have could have got him over the top. So missing that game, I think that played a part. But, hey, he was Defensive Rookie of the Year. He finished second or third. Like, just to finish that high with amongst them greats, hey, we're very proud. You can't ask for nothing else from a first season. So the encore, I know everybody's waiting for, but again, teams got film on him now, so they can prepare a little bit better. But again, he doesn't like to lose, so he's going to watch more film and see what he could have did better. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you know what? The better you can be is better your classroom study is, right? So it's all about preparation, what you understand in the classroom, and how to adapt that to on-field play. And I think that he's gonna actually do a lot better. And I think there is a Kurt call in his future.
Oh yes, hey, his main goal is to get a championship. They say offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So I feel we got the best of both worlds. It's all about putting it together. All the coaches are still there. There's no new transition. I think everybody's just getting ready to go to work. Prove the doubters wrong.
I think so. I think he'll do it as well. Terrance Parsons joins me here on the Rude Dog Show. I wish you the best. Thank you so much. Give me a shout out what you guys are currently doing out in the community to help support what you guys are doing right now.
Okay, well, back home, I got the Parsons Foundation. I try to feed the kids, give out educational stuff. The pandemic kind of slowed us down, but I was able to network while I was here. So hopefully moving down the road, I could, go on some college trips, take the kids outside of Pennsylvania, because that's the bigger picture for the kids back home. Our kids never really get to leave outside their everyday surroundings. So taking them to new horizons, maybe put them on an airplane, things like that they don't really experience, the normal family experience, Give them that type of experience. So now when they do leave home to go to school, whatever, they can make it because they know what it's like to leave. So that's the future for me and my foundation.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking your time out. I know you guys have a later flight, but being here stuck with me probably not the ideal situation. But thanks again. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.